We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're live on YouTube and we're recording this. So, welcome to Guy Talk. We are unpolitically correct and goofy. We're dads, we're husbands,
Yep.
our wives. We love our children. We fight for them. We stick up for them. I'm gonna cry, and we go to battle with them, for them, and with them. Yes,
Let's keep it real.
and I have with me once again my co-host, my brother, Shocktimus Prime. Welcome into the building, into the virtual building. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for blessing us with your massive beauty
Oh,
and your strength of 10 gods and your wisdom of Solomon.
oh,
Is up? But I need to know, like, because honestly, bro, like, I
mm,
was thinking, like, okay, what do we want to talk about? And then I was like, no, I want to know what Brandon's working on, a project that he's working on, because you always have a project, and I love it. It's always amazing, and there's a lot of follow through, and I love that. So tell us
oh man.
what the hell is going on.
What the hell is going on, man? So what's going on? The song by Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
That has just been reverberating in my in my playlist. Like every day I gotta hear that song
Mm.
because because it speaks so much to the time that that's going on right now, you know. And these songs, man, I'm about to take you on. I'm gonna take you there.
Got my seatbelt on.
These song, you know what I'm saying? These songs that were recorded 30, 40 years ago, you know, they didn't know that. I mean, they're relevant at their time, you know, they're relevant at their time
Mhm.
to certain people, to certain aspects. They're always relevant, but to me, right now, it's like you know, I grew up listening to all kinds of soulful stuff, man. My mom made sure I was listening to all this good stuff. And oh, okay, I guess I got a ghost in my room. Um, something just moved. I was like, oh, okay,
All right.
okay. Hey,
Welcome. Welcome to the.
this yeah, Marvin is here. No, I'm kidding. I wish that'd be cool. No, you know, where was I going with this? The time capsule.
Mhm.
Marvin Gaye's music, especially like that song "What's Going On," uh, just it's just so poignant right now because like dude what are we doing, like what the frick are we doing, like like wake up, what's going on? There's too many people dying, there's too many mothers crying, like we may not be physically in a war with anybody right now, but we're actually we're in this like civil war, we're in this like cultural civil cold war, whatever you want to call it, but it's like it is a civil war because it's kind of like a race war, you know. um, and as much as you can say this person's to blame, that person's to blame, I'm not about to get into too many politics, but all each person can really do is check themselves, check yourself, and your family. Make sure your family's educated. Make sure you guys know how to be safe, know how to act right, go out in the world and act right. The world is not Disneyland.
No.
It's not Disneyland, man. It's not this isn't a movie. This is not a video game. You get zero do-overs.
Mm.
You have zero extra men, you know? Like be careful with yourself. Be careful with how you conduct yourself.
Mm.
So that's I mean that's a little that's just a little that's my PSA for the day, right?
Yeah.
Um but like the music that Marvin Gaye made, it's like it's a time capsule to me. It's like, you know, he made it so long ago in the studio wherever he made it. And now I'm way out here in the middle of the ocean 30, 40 years later, cracking open this thing and like listening to this song and feeling these feelings that he was, putting into his music, and it's like it's speaking to me, man. So um I got a couple different projects that are in the pipelines. One is I want to do a cover of that song. I want to actually sing that song.
Nice.
Two is I'm doing a song. I'm like remixing or sampling, chopping up, however you want to call it. Mercy Mercy Me, one of his other songs, and I'm making it. I'm flipping it into a beat where it's like kind of an up tempo, fast beat, and I'm actually gonna rap over it, which is recording me rapping. That's a rare occasion. If you put some instrumentals on, I'll drop some bars on you just for fun. But just to let them know, just let them know I still got it. But recording me, um, me getting serious with it, writing some stuff down and recording. That's like that takes some real something has to really move me. Something has to I have to really feel it or mean it. I'm not just gonna like turn the mic on and just see what happens. Like I don't roll like that.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
used to, but I feel like now that I realize how much power our words have, like I'm selective with my words. I'm very selective of, you know, once you put something out into the universe, like it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's never coming back. You know. I mean, you can't retract that and be like, oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't. You said it.
Yeah.
It's out there. So the song that we're gonna be doing is I got a guest appearance on this song. I got another MC that's writing a little something on it. We're gonna be doing just a couple verses, a short little quick something, because our collective of musicians or friends or whatever that are out here in Maui, and actually it's an open invitation to any producers anywhere. But the place where we do it is through this. We're really active on Instagram. It's this channel called Maui Beat Sessions, and it started with some producers that live here, and we would get together and just have a little, what would we call it, like a showcase basically, and we would highlight a certain producer like that month, and we let that producer kind of like take us through their process, take us through their how they create, how they get down.
Mm.
So that's where that thing kind of started from. But so yeah, so every week or so since this whole COVID thing, we kind of ramped it up. We said, hey, let's do like a weekly or maybe even bi-weekly beat challenge.
Mm. That's what's up.
So they had a registration. we had like some brainstorming of like, hey, what are some ideas that we can have for upcoming beat challenges and whatnot. So one of mine was, because I don't know, I'm a pro wrestling nerd, so I was like, hey, I'm like, can we do one like a tag team battle and have, you know, like pair up the producers in teams of two, and you guys work on, a couple of beats together, and then come to see what you come up with,
Mm.
the at the challenge. So this Saturday at 4 p.m. Hawaii time, which is 7 p.m. California time, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, this Saturday we're gonna play these songs. So this is like, it's not the finest, highest quality of production, at least for myself. I do the best I can with the, rush, hurry up, get it done. Come on, just get it done, man. Don't worry about it, just get it done.
saying.
So yeah, so we're gonna slap together a couple of songs,
Are you guys gonna
and
be on Instagram or on
it streams on Twitch.
okay, cool.
It streams on Twitch. The Forgot the link, but the link is always posted to Instagram. I don't know it off the top of my head. I wish I did. I should be better at promoting myself. Look, you found it already. There we go.
It's the
Maui,
right there.
yeah, Maui Beat Sessions.
Maui Beat Sessions. Just how it sounds. And it looks
Yeah,
like
Maui
a
Beat
Kool-Aid.
Sessions.
No, no,
It was
no.
the Hawaiian Punch, the old school Hawaiian Punch drink. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah, we use their little punchy guy.
Yeah, go check that out. Go check out their Instagram now. Everybody follow them.
Yeah. So we're gonna do like one serious song and one silly song. We got, we don't want to get too serious, man. We like to have some fun too.
Yeah.
But originally it started like only MCs, like only. I'm sorry, I'm not MCs. I'm tripping. Only producers, because when you have a bunch of beats going on, all of a sudden some cat will walk in off the street. It's like, hey, yo, let me flow, and then he'll start flowing, and everyone's you could be go one way or the other. You could be like, damn, that dude's sick, or you could just be like, okay. So
You need some work.
normally they only let it be open to producers. They only keep it to producers, but
Yeah.
we've been slowly like expanding and growing our just kind of what we do, and it's really like the group of producers that's out here. We have a guy, like I met a guy in a DJ class from London.
Nice.
He's from the UK.
The
Maybe not, yeah, maybe not exactly London, but somewhere over there. He just says the UK. I don't know where that,
they talk like
somewhere across the pond, mate. Across the pond.
the poem.
Yeah, the pond. Not so. His name is DJ Subliminal. His real name's Ed, but he's just a cool dude, man. And he was looking for, and what this is basically is like, it's like a friendly challenge that like it kind of helps to motivate you to make something, like to do something, like let's just do something every week or every couple of weeks, and use the talents and the gear that you have, and let's
Yeah.
let's show something to the world.
Now, what are their
So yeah.
they like younger, older? Do they have
um
families?
so it's good. That's a great question, man. That's a great question. I would honestly say, man, it's crazy. Probably the best producer in our group, man. He just graduated high school.
Oh, snaps. Nice.
He's like a savant. Dude is I'm thinking of his real name, like Hedjai Beats is his Hejai is his handle on Instagram and stuff. But he he was our first highlighted guy that we showcased, and and we like to do a lot of sampling of stuff. That's our, that's kind of our, we all have that niche. We like to do samples, and which is funny because I always wanted to learn how to sample and do all that kind of stuff, and I was always looking for people that were doing that, like, who can I get down with, and then I had to move 2,000 miles away to, from home to figure out
Like,
to
oh,
figure out how to do all that, man. I had to go on a journey, bro.
I got it.
Yeah, but it's funny. I went way out here, and I still ended up finding a bunch of hip hop heads. Some of them are my age. Some of them are my age. Some of them are a little younger, a little older. Um, a lot of us are dads. You know, the head guy that kind of like put this collective thing together is this guy named Tom, um, or Tom the Ronin. He's the guy from. He's the guy that he like runs the Maui Beat Sessions page,
Yeah.
and just everyone's just pretty much humble, chill, just about the music, man. Really try to keep it on the up and up, and not a lot of big egos. We just all do our thing, and we all. It's funny, like it's cool how we all have these different backgrounds. So like one of the DJs that's in the collective is he's here from Maui, is DJ Joralian, the homie Jarrell, and he is the connect to the actual record store out here to request music. I think he's like the one of the managers over there, or
Nice.
yeah, but they provided the venue for our original thing. They were always having like maybe like once a week or a couple times a week they have people perform at the record store, like so like old school style, man. Like
That's what's up, man.
yeah, dude, like straight underground style, like like
Love that.
artists that wouldn't really have like a venue to perform at. Like they created a venue at the record store,
Yes.
and then so you want to talk about getting even more like perfect niche for us. This comic book store, Maui Comic Books, right? They were open at the mall, and they had another little store here and there, but they ended up like not having enough business, and it kind of closed down. The comic book store reached out to the record store and was like, "Hey, like, can we work together and combine?" So when you walk into this record store, everything straight ahead and basically everything on the left side of the store is still the music store, the record store, and then downstairs underneath they have all the vinyl, or like a lot of the old school vinyl, the old school vintage stuff, like what, oh my god, that kind of stuff you never heard of, like all the gems. You got to go digging down for the gems, right? But if you as you walk into the door to the right, there's instantly like there's a cooler with drinks for sale, and then there's like a little arcade machine, and if you cut around to the right, it's like the comic book stores right there. Boom, on the all on the all on the inside of this place, and this man is. I mean, I don't know why I'm not there right now, but I'm here with you.
Right, right. No,
No, no.
I actually want to be there right now. I actually want
Yeah.
to. I think that's
When
sort of some of the most amazing venues to be at because
yeah,
it it is humble, right? I love how you said like these
yeah.
humbleness, the being humble as artists because I mean, do we even see humbleness in artists anymore? Like the mainstream, I was telling Brandon before this, like I'm pretty much done with the mainstream. Not even pretty much, I am done with the mainstream. Um, I go hunting for those gems. I go
Yeah.
hunting for those people that
Yeah.
don't are not known. You
They
know,
don't, or they don't get all the headline press. They're not the main. They're not what's being shoved down your throat right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That sounds like a dope store.
Yeah.
It's already in my brain. I'm like, okay, I'm walking
Yeah.
around, right? I picture it like it smells like paper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It smells like vintage. Vintage.
yeah,
It smells like vintage.
and
Um.
not like perfect, right? It's not like perfectly clean. You may see some
No,
here. You may, you know what I'm saying?
bro. Check out their page when you put the Maui Beat Sessions thing up. The first suggested page there was a picture of a record. It was request music.
Request.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Follow them, dude. There's always something interesting happening in that place.
Bro, because we have
Yeah.
here we have Streetlight Records, and that's pretty much it. Like we have Street
Hmm.
Records, and I started to spend a lot of time in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does.
Is that the original Streetlight from back in the day? Or like the ad on the radio? Streetlight Records. Is that the original?
I'm not really sure.
Do you remember that from back in the day? There was a like a radio ad, and they would advertise Streetlight Records back in the day. Is that the wait? You talking about the one on is it on Campbell?
It's on Bascom,
Bascom, but in kind of in Campbell?
sorta. Yeah, it's sorta in Campbell. Yeah, it's like on the way to Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, um, it's
I
kind of
remember that place.
weird. Yeah, it's in a weird setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we have out here. But it's that, and those are music heads. Like those guys, you say like, I'm looking for, and they're just already know. You're just like, wait, how did you know that I was looking for,
Something like
some R&B or some Marvin Gaye, style. Yeah,
yeah,
I love that record store.
it's cool, man. And you
General, dude.
yeah.
Cool. So you got projects.
Yeah, man, we got some stuff coming out, stuff in the works. I was actually gonna get in the well, I'm in the studio right now, but I was gonna, fire up the microphones and get the headphones on and
Yeah,
1 2 1 2, skip to my Lou, Mr. Magoo, all that stuff.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So
What
what
about you, man? What about you? I mean, you're doing this now. This is dope.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great segue. I was literally gonna say that is like what we do here is bi-weekly. I love Wednesdays. It's hump day. It's in the middle of the week. People are kind of
Mm,
like, I'm glad it's not Monday or Tuesday. but it's Wednesday. I can't wait till it's Friday.
Yeah.
And it just landed on a really good day. And a lot of
Yeah.
times, like right now, because of COVID, the days and weeks are just kind of like all together. Like, what day is it? Like,
Just,
no idea.
yeah. Mhm.
But this keeps us on track here and doing these podcasts. So we have a couple things. We have I've coined this guy talk, right?
Okay.
With me, we're on here chopping it up. Literally, like this is like a phone call. This is
This
like
is real.
this is what we talk about on a phone call. We're just gonna record it and then share it.
It's actually interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And if you, we're not going to be selling anything on here. I'm not going to be advertising anything on here, but but we are sharing our life. And if you are
Brought to you by.
then you can go look up the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really well. So I'm doing this, and then I do Wednesday night. I do a show with my wife, Trey Show 9, which is we talk about relationships, and what we do is we give maybe like one or two pointers that we used that work for us, and even some stuff that hasn't worked for us.
Mm.
So we can say, hey, this is a warning, don't do this, or if you see this, it might mean this. But then again, like everyone's relationship is different.
Right.
We just, what works for us, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
What we're kind of feeling that day. We may even talk about a fight that we had that we worked out, maybe kind of break it down and show,
That helps.
you know what I'm saying? Because dude, I was getting my hair cut one day and it was Davin. I don't know if you know Davin from CMH. And he was like, "Oh,
I
how
think
are
so.
you, Tamara? How are you, Tamara? You guys doing good and stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're doing good now, but before we weren't." And
Mm.
for him to hear that, he stopped cutting my hair. He's like, "What?" And he came in front of me and he was like, "Wait, you have issues?" And I'm just like, "Okay, that is why I do what I do,
Yeah.
because for for people to think that we don't have issues is like, where did that come from? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I don't think I project like perfection. Now I may be a perfectionist, which is actually not good in
Yeah.
certain things,
Mm.
but I actually use that perfectionist to my advantage um,
Yeah.
when I'm dealing with my relationship, and so yeah, that's what we're doing, bro. I have some DJ stuff, virtual DJ stuff that's going on Friday nights with a dance group,
Mm.
and that's pretty cool. I have Saturday nights with Black Sand Project, so I have all these different channels and stuff, which is really cool because we basically
Nice.
created our own TV network because of what you can do with all of these tools that we
Yep.
have at our disposal. We basically like, okay, cool. I don't necessarily need to figure out how to find out how to get into the radio business and the music business and blah blah blah. It's like you could do that
Yeah.
right here in your living room, in your bedroom.
DIY broadcasting, man. DIY broadcasting.
They make it so available. So yeah, man, that's what we're doing. Um, and we enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love radio. Like that's the thing is that people ask me like, "What do you do?" And it's like in my head, I'm thinking, "I love radio. I do radio. That's what I do." And then I
Yeah.
do,
Kind of. Basically.
yeah. People are like, "Okay, well, what else do you do?" I'm like, I don't know, estate planning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Family. That's what I do. And what do you do for work? What do you do for money? Whatever I can, like whatever is necessary, whatever I can do to be able. And the thing is we live right now off of um we live off of gratitude right now. We live off of what's that term that people always say got really popular. If you think it, it'll happen. What's that? What is that term called? I don't do terms. I just do it. But people
Yeah.
coin it something. I forgot what motivation, not motivational speaking, but the
Mm.
law of attraction. The law of attraction is you you say like I need a car, right? If I need a car, I need to make my rent or I need my mortgage or whatever. You will that into your life, right?
Yeah.
And you believe that it's going to happen. You know it's going to you it's beyond belief. It's like I believe it, but then I know it. Now I stand on this. And
Yeah.
that's how we live our life. Along with a lot of work like this. We do this stuff
Mm.
and connections, man. Connecting people like with this person and with that person. Like I move like with Brandon. If you guys don't know, if you ever get to know Brandon, he's the same way. If I walk into a party, or I walk into a social setting, I'm gonna find out what this person knows and what that person knows. I'm gonna try to put those two people together. Like, and I get fired up about that. Like, I'm just like, oh, and then I want to know, like, how did it work out? If it didn't work out, cool. Why did
Right.
it work out?
Right.
Um, and there may be some elements in there that I could even assist in. Then some. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's what we do. That's all we do, man. And we love this platform. We love what we're doing. So
Building bridges, man. Building bridges.
love building bridges,
Yeah, man.
dude. Um, Another thing that's been on my heart is, I want to know, like, as a father, right?
Mm.
You have all these things going on, right? You got all these
Yeah.
on. You have all this stuff going on, right? Let's talk about moving, right? Let's talk about shifting your family from one place to the next, and you can go as detailed as you want to. You can go as broad as you want to.
Wow. How many hours you got?
Yeah,
You want the 5 minute? You want the 5 minute deal, or you want the 5 hour deal? We could shoot.
let's go with the 5 minute deal.
All
Let's
right, cool. All
go.
right.
But like, I think it's important because a lot of people they're losing their jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, right? A lot
Yeah.
of people are losing their homes.
Hmm.
A lot of businesses are going. And you drive around here, everything is boarded up. It
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Like
It's
they're preparing to get destroyed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the restaurant. This city shuts down at 6 o'clock. It's a wrap at 6. Everything is done. Boom. It's like
Wow.
Sunday, where just nothing. It's just you can't. Stores have weird hours. It's like we're open from 9 to like 3. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it's like what? Because they're
What?
it's just like what the heck? Because they're trying to figure out like how
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And how we don't have enough money to pay everybody.
Minimal. Everything's minimal.
Everything is minimal, man. So everyone's talking about moving and shifting and change.
Yeah.
Like, and what are some, like, just like a few things like in that story that you're about to tell, like what are some things
Yeah.
that you should take from that change, and how do we do that?
So you have to be to leave your area, man. You have to be one. You have to be brave.
Mm,
You have to have the self-confidence that tells you I'm strong enough and smart enough to be able to leave where I'm comfortable
mm,
and get out to where I'm unfamiliar with anything, I'm not comfortable with anything,
mm.
and we can figure it out and make it happen together.
Yeah. Mm,
And if you have that, right? If you have that mentality, then you can get out there and you can actually experience life. You can experience the like other stuff that's out there besides the same old same that you've always known. So for us, like, well, for me, see, my wife has traveled a lot more than I have. She's done stuff like she's been on a cruise. She's been to New York. You've been to New York. I've never been to New York.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like she's gone more places. She's been to Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta. Um, you know, she grew up in San Diego, and then we met in the Bay Area. So she moved from San Diego to the Bay Area, and we met maybe like mm, maybe 6 years after she moved to the 6 or 7. I'm not quite sure, but then we were married for 10 years, and then decided, you know what, we can do this. We can move.
mm,
When the Maui thing, it's like, okay, everyone's like, oh yeah, duh, they chose to move to Maui. But I mean, culturally, being half Hawaiian, I always had this draw to want to return home, if you will.
Mm.
I always wanted to experience what it's like to, because I my plan for my life was either I'm going to retire there, or I'm just going to, if I'm fortunate enough, I'll just move my family there. Well, my wife thinks differently than that. She doesn't think like, hey, let's wait until we have a fortune to move someplace. Let's plan to move. Let's plan enough. Let's plan enough and save enough to move. And then when we get, we will build a bridge. Basically, like the plan was, babe, you go get a job over there, and once you get a job over there, that's confirmation enough for us that it's going to happen. As soon as you can land a job, we're good.
Yeah, I like that.
So I made one phone call to one garbage company, had about an hour conversation with with the operations manager. And from our conversation, he decided, yeah, I want you to talk to our higher ups. I'm going to talk to them about you. Can you fill out an application? And all my answers were yes. Everything was yes. And everything was, I'm coming out there, I'm coming out there. You want to hire me, then that's great. If not, I'll be seeing you around because I'm coming out there. A lot of people, they start dreaming to come out to come to move anywhere, and they start making these plans. They start making these connections, and they don't follow through. And that's I think what set us apart is, Angela and I both dedicate, my wife and I, we both dedicated ourselves to motivating and supporting each other to continue to meet whatever goal it is that we want to meet. And we would kind of alternate. It'd be like, all right, we're in full support of you doing this thing. We got your back on that. Okay. All right. I got that goal. Okay. Now, honey, what goal do you want to pursue? All right. It's your turn. I'll stay home and watch the kids in the evening time. You pursue your goal that you want to go do. And she did that, and boom. And she did that for season. And then again, it was my turn. So, okay. So we just kind of took the turns and shared to make sure there's balance, you know.
Yeah.
And as long as I had like my couple times a week, I could go, either hang out with you or do something that fills my cup, like shoot hoops or, whatever it is that makes me feel like, ah, that was cool, to find this thing, whatever I needed to do to go find my smile. She was like, yes, go do that. And then I was the same way in support of that, because raising a family, bro, raising a family takes a lot out of you. It's tough. It wears you thin, bro. It slices you thin. You're like slicing off your energy, slice by slice by slice by slice, and next thing you know, dude, you only got like this much battery. You got 1% left, and you're supposed to like go enjoy that 1%. Find your smile with that 1% battery you got left. And no, so we decided that we were gonna. I think it was truth of it is, it was Angela's idea. I got to give her that credit for that.
Yeah.
We were on vacation out here, and I think she was kind of screwing around. She actually came to Maui a long time before I did. She was with some friends, and she was out here with my cousin Kelly and some of their friends, and she just told me over the phone. She's like, babe, you know what? She's like, we could live here, and I was like, shut up! Don't even get don't get me. But she came back and she was just like, yeah, Maui's great. She's like, we need to plan our next vacation. We're going there. So a couple years later, we went there, cruised around the island, and met some people, and just had a great experience. And we're just feeling the vibe of how it was, the people and everything. And basically, we had the conversation again while we were there. She's like, babe, she's like, you could, there's garbage companies here. You could drive a truck here. And I was like, yeah, I could, man. So one morning we're having breakfast, I think, and the garbage truck came driving by the condo where we were, and it was picking up the dumpsters that were like right behind our condo. So we went outside, and you know me, man, I talked to everybody. I introduced myself to the girl.
You're like, let me go on with you.
So I introduced myself to that guy, bro. So lo and behold, I think it was maybe like 2 years later when I moved out here to land the job, find us a place, all that stuff. I ended up being this guy's manager.
Oh,
Yeah. So the boss that I spoke to, he needed a safety guy. He needed a safety guy and like an assistant operations manager.
yeah.
I didn't really have background in safety, but I was good at like communicating and coaching and teaching and learning new stuff and then translating it, you know, making it layman's terms, making it just regular language. Because you know when you read like safety instructions, it's in like freaking hieroglyphics basically. What is all this stuff?
Basically, yeah.
Just I need someone to simplify it for me so that I can tell me the easiest way I can be safe with this machine or this, you know, whatever it is. Break this down to me simply, and that's what I would do. So I would explain all of it to the, you know, to our employees. You know, a couple times a week we'd have safety trainings and meetings, and you know, we really got our injuries and everything down. Our injuries and accidents came down, 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 down. And anyway, enough about me. But yeah, we so I got the job, and then that was the confirmation. Okay, it's time to put the house on the market, and you know, get in full support. And like basically, we got the house on the market, and it was the waiting game. You know,
Mhm.
of getting the house sold, and then that was our, you know, that was going to be our egg that was going to float us over here and set us up. So you really, like I said at the beginning, man, it's about you have to have the confidence and the drive to just will yourself to make it. And if you have a support group, like if you have a significant other, you know, that is going to help back each other up,
Yeah,
you know, and you can make it.
yeah,
um it's
yeah,
hard doing it solo. Well, or maybe it's not, I don't know. Maybe it's easier, maybe it's not, I don't know.
yeah,
You know, we got a buddy that's been talking about he wants to move out here for years. I mean, he's gonna remain nameless, but you know, it's not easy. It's not easy unplugging from everything that you have known your whole life, and
yeah.
you know, moving to a place where you're not familiar, and you know, um
Leaving your
all
family.
your,
Yeah,
yeah, leaving, moving away from your family. But it's like, dude, now that Southwest flies to Hawaii and back, flights are cheap.
yeah,
You know, before this COVID thing happened, flights were cheap, dude. Southwest flights were hella cheap. They were affordable,
yeah. You
and
can
you could
easily.
come out here. Yeah, you can come out here. We can come home. You just need the time off of work. It's like any vacation. You just need the time off of work, and you go.
Yeah,
So I feel like if you have the, and then to move anywhere and be successful when you move there, you have to be a go-getter. You can't just sit there and wait for somebody to give you an opportunity to be great. Like you have to build it. You have to hammer that thing out, and you have to make it, you know, you have to create your opportunity. You can't just like, well, someday something's gonna happen.
yeah. You got to get off your app and do some math. Math.
Yeah. What, I think it was the great theologian Shaquille O'Neal that said there are 7 days in the week, and someday is not one of them.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Ooh, I likes that.
So plan that thing and do it. And that, you know, don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. Take the necessary steps. Like look for
Yeah.
like even for us right now, like I went on what's that? Indeed. Indeed,
Yeah.
yeah. The little job app and then typed in
Hmm.
like Maui and just looking at some of the jobs that they have and
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of work out there, and it's pretty much the
There is.
same as far as price
Ugh.
and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
pretty like this, maybe like a couple dollars difference, but it it's pretty. I was like, okay, and it's the same type of work too.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some customer service stuff, everything. Yeah, I think my mindset is like, okay, well, what can I do? All the jobs are here, and we're always told all the jobs are right here, and it's like, okay, well, people live everywhere, so there's always
Mind,
move.
mind control,
Yeah, it's just
mind control.
yeah, but yeah, for us, like we gotta go. Like I just know, like we gotta go. Like
Yeah.
I was working yesterday on DoorDash and I was driving around late night, and I did it. I just did it just one for fun, and then I was out till like 10:30, and I like didn't even recognize I was out. But I was thinking I like to do that and think. I love driving and
Yeah.
thinking. That's like my number one thing. I'll if I
Yeah.
think I'll go drive, and I'm sitting here going, dude, I'm so done with like the stress of this place.
Mm.
Of Silicon Valley is so stressful. It's like it's no longer fun. It's not fun.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is there so DoorDash,
Yeah.
and this is how I don't know this because they don't have that here,
Okay.
which means that is not a problem, that is a opportunity.
Yeah.
Some people see it's a problem, some people see it's an opportunity. A go-getter will see it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
You have that go-getter mentality. You've done this DoorDash. Now, is DoorDash just for food or is it also for like items or groceries or
So they've expanded to everything. So they've made agreements with certain stores.
okay,
Not so much. Oh, no, I guess you could still do Whole Foods because Whole Foods is owned by Bezos. What's his name? Amazon.
okay,
And so they set Amazon is set up inside the store now,
yeah,
and so they have people shopping for people. So, but people still
mm,
like the little items, the smaller items.
mhm,
If you want to get real, like just a few
mhm.
things here and there, some
I
vitamins.
got I need some nail clippers and a toothbrush.
Yeah. Oh, I did that before with somebody. I went to Rite Aid
Yeah,
or whatever it's called out there, but
yeah,
Thrifties or something. Just
yeah.
yeah,
I need some Cheez Its and a bouncy ball.
yeah, yeah. You just go. All right, let me find the bouncy ball.
But like, dude, the platforms are already out there, and there's free advertising. You know what it's called? It's called Facebook. It's called Instagram. Like, you just got to get the word out. And next thing this is your company. What do you do? Well, we do little deliveries, little stuff. Little deliveries. That's our company, and it's not hard to get a business license. If my freaking dumb butt can get a business license, bro, you can get one. You just got to apply for it. What's your business name? Okay. How often are you going to pay taxes? Quarterly or yearly? I don't know, quarterly. All right. Fill it out, turn it in. Boom. A couple weeks later, you get this thing. This general excise tax license comes in the mail, and you're like, oh my, dude, this is my business. I got a business.
Yeah, it's
That's it.
like it's really. I like the word opportunity, and I
Yeah.
like that as husbands and as fathers, as guys, as
Yeah.
friends, as brothers, there's so much opportunity out there for us to
Yeah.
collaborate, right? I think a lot of what we're talking about is collaboration
Yeah.
and support, right? Because even
Yeah.
if we're single, if we're married or in a domestic union or whatever you want to call it, like
Yeah.
there's some sort of support that we need from our family. There's a friends, I've had friends that didn't have a lot of family, but they've created their own support system through friends and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
dude, what was I doing? So I was dashing yesterday, and there's a community by Tasman Drive and Cisco, which Cisco is
Mm.
not there no more. Cisco has moved like further down into Milpitas, but those where we live in the Bay Area, though, there's like thousands and thousands and dude, there's like a whole city over there of people.
Mm.
That's all it is homes, an apartment and condominiums and stuff like that. Dude, I
Mm.
was driving around like they need their own concierge because
Yeah.
it's intricate. It's such a like you can go you can go in 10 minutes into the complex. You can drive in 10 minutes.
And
That's how
still
big.
not fine.
Yeah, like the person that's in the very back, you have to go
Yeah.
all the way through these streets that have all the. It's its own
Yeah.
city. And you're like, oh my gosh, it just took. They're like, "Where's my food? Where's my food?" I'm like, "Bro,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still get to you, bro." you
I'm
know,
on the way. I'm coming. Can
uh,
you hear? Is there a locator thing here? Find me. Here's my locator. Here I am. I'm coming.
and I think
Yeah.
that's setting those things up. And that I actually had that idea. I was like, okay, well, Postmates did it, DoorDash does it. They have this thing called TaskRabbit out here. I don't know if it's in Hawaii or not, but TaskRabbit, people can just hire people to
Probably not.
put up doorbells and rings and doorknobs and set up bunk beds, and you can do all these different things.
Probably not.
The opportunity is there, and
Yeah.
that's what we're making happen. Is we're
Yeah.
saying, what is the opportunity? How can we do it?
Right.
Because things have to shift because our world is changing.
It is changing. And speaking of change, so Maui is a little behind the curve on like the latest technologies and the latest everythings, and actually historically on purpose, Hawaii has tried to stop the
Love it.
homogenization of American culture, where it just melts off everything that is uniquely you, and then now you're American. Like we've already had our Hawaiians have already had our kingdom basically stolen from us. We've already had our language outlawed. We've had hula dancing outlawed. We've had all our religion,
Mm.
declared as evil and blasphemous, and you're a bunch of savages and you don't know anything. And it's like, well, then how are we surviving here for a couple, 1,000 years or whatever, and thriving? And we only got wiped out when freaking sailors came over here and brought diseases that we don't have, so we have no defenses of that. So it wiped out like millions of people with smallpox and whatever, STDs. They brought STDs over here, and they never had them over here. And all of a sudden, there was a place dying of syphilis, and you know, and that was like hundreds of years ago. So, but I don't know what people, anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, man. So, Hawaii has always been it's always clung to its identity because it's seen already how much has been forcibly taken away from it.
Mm.
So we're real. I can say we now because I've lived here long enough to I recognize it. How there's a slow progress is slow here. It's slow on purpose because Hawaii it's already lost itself a couple times and had to have like a cultural renaissance to regain and rebuild itself to be back to where it was. And our culture is not just what you see on TV, and it's not pineapple drinks and hula dancers, and like that's part of our culture. But see, like the pineapple plant,
Say hula is outlawed.
it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was for a long time. It was. And that's why I think some of the like members of my family that are hula teachers and hula dancers, they take such great pride in it because
Oh,
it was outlawed at one point in time. It was against the law.
that makes it a little bit different now.
My grandma remembers. I remember when I was a little boy, she told me a story about how her parents could speak Hawaiian, but if they heard anybody else speaking it, they were like, shh, shh, don't. you know it was against the law. They made it against the law to speak Hawaiian.
Right.
And look at in the 60s. In the 60s, it was against the law for a white man and a black woman, or white people and black people, even to travel together,
Yeah, that's true.
to be in the same car and drive through certain states in our great nation.
Mm,
It was against, you could both be arrested.
crazy.
What?
Done. I'm done.
Time capsule, bro. Put me in a time capsule, open that thing up in 40 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Huh. The
what?
of the misconception of what people think and what it's actually going on
Yeah,
is crucial because
yeah,
we a lot of what I'm hearing from Hawaii, because I started to look up, like when I research, I'm like, okay, what are the laws too, and what are they,
Mm,
and what types of things we're fighting, and still fighting for the to get the land back,
yeah,
and still fighting for kingdomship, and still fighting for that rule,
yeah.
and how these
Be
laws,
sovereign.
not even fucking
Yeah,
laws, dude. Excuse my French. They're
yeah,
not
yeah,
laws. They're just these rules that someone made up.
yeah,
Like, and it's like if we can learn their law, their
yeah,
rule, and turn
yeah,
it like, hey, we're just turning it, and people are, they're doing that. They're, trying to claim
yeah.
sovereignty. They're
Hmm.
trying to understand that a lot of these laws that were set are still in place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And so that's kind of why, I mean, that's kind of why for me it was so important to bring my bring my family, bring myself, bring my kids here
Mm.
to raise them and let them see like what's really, and for me to see what's really happening in this place that once was the kingdom of Hawaii. Like the United States came out in the 90s, I think it was under Bill Clinton's presidency. They came out and publicly expressed that the way that the United States absorbed Hawaii was against the law, and they issued an apology.
Totally.
So they admitted that it was illegal what they did,
Hmm.
and that was it.
Bro,
And deal with it.
waiting. I'm like angry. How do I control this?
See, so you see, like, but
Oh,
not a lot of people know about that. Not a lot of people know about that because what you're taught about Hawaii is what businesses want you to know about Hawaii. They want you to think about a pineapple drink with the little umbrella on top with the little straw. Look at the girls with the coconuts shaking their grass skirts and like white sandy beaches and
yeah.
like, bro, like I didn't even know this until I lived here. Hawaiians love to hunt. They love guns. They love Jeeps. They love trucks. They love off-roading, four-wheel driving. They wear camouflage. They drink beer and whiskey and listen to country music, shoot guns, have a bunch of dogs, have a bunch of kids running around. Like,
Like, hey, I'm used to that.
bro, I'm like that's us. Like a lot of my family is rednecks and proud of it. Like we not ashamed. Like this is what we do. Guns, Jeeps, dogs, whiskey bottles, and cigars. Like that's what we do. We connect with all types of people, man, and yeah, just to learn that like a lot of Hawaiians are more country than the country folk that I knew growing up. Like there's a connection to the land that is really is promoted and is it's understood here the importance of the connection to the land because there is a finite amount of land here. Living in California, you have no concept of how big the United States is. You have no concept because you cannot see the end. You
Mm.
you 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 cannot see how far it goes unless you look at a map. It's not the same thing. When you see with your own eyes and you can like from my house, you could see like one side of the mountain and it comes all the way down to the ocean. And then like from another balcony, you can kind of see like the other mountain and I can't see the end of the land, but I know exactly where it's coming down and I can see the end of it. Like that's the end of this island is over there. It stops right there.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like you can see the finite amount. And because you can see that there's only but so much, it makes you take care of it and preserve it. It's right in your face. You treat it better when it's right in your face. You take care of it. When you have no idea how much you're like, it's limitless. I'll just, finish my soda can and just throw it out the window. Who cares, man? There's so much land here, it's not even gonna matter.
Yeah.
Like out here, bro, if you threw something out the window, somebody might pull you over from behind you and punch you in the face.
That's a
like legit, dude,
yeah.
legit. Um, I saw this dude one time. He was smoking a cigarette butt, and we're like by like I think we had just had this crazy fire that like shut down the road and shut down everything. And we're in bumper to bumper traffic, bro. Real talk, bumper to bumper traffic. Smoking a cigarette, hanging it out the window, and all of a sudden I see him just flick the cigarette butt like just off out into the street, right? Bro, I pulled the parking brake on my truck. I got out of my truck. I picked his cigarette butt out. I, I put it in his face, and I'm all, you don't do this shit, bro. Um, there's a there's a saying in Hawaiian. I'll probably say it wrong. It's malama the aina. Malama the aina. Take malama means take care, to care for. The aina is the island.
Mm,
Take care of the island. So I looked him in his face. I'm all malama the aina. Like
yeah.
I felt I kind of felt like maybe I should punch this guy so he'll get it.
Forget.
But I don't think he'll forget that shit. Like this this big ass fool picked up my cigarette butt and shoved it in my face. you know.
Man.
But you got to, we had just had this huge crazy brush fire that shut down half of the island. It shut down the highway. That's like, and that's the other thing. Island living is different, bro. You have to be prepared to just, hey, we ain't got it. Hey, you can't go to work today. The road is closed. What? Yep. You can't go home. You can't go home because the road is closed. What? When are they going to open it? We don't know. We'll let you know when it's open. there's there's no toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like the whole world experienced that with this whole COVID thing, bro. Hawaiians are used to that.
Yeah.
We're used to that. As soon as there's a storm or like there's threatening of a hurricane, everybody runs to wherever, whatever store, snatches up hella toilet paper, hell all the cleaning supplies. There's no toilet paper anywhere. No toilet paper and there's no spam. All spam's gone. I don't know why, dude. We love it out here.
It,
Uh, Spam's gone.
gone.
you know yeah, and that's island life, man. You just got to be ready for it. All right, well, now the store still has plenty of stuff. There's plenty of alternatives, but toilet paper gone.
Man.
Yeah, so the whole island was used to it. Like when the COVID stuff started happening, people started like, um toilet paper wasn't anywhere. A lot of us were resourceful. We know that you can get it from other places than just the store. You can go to like cleaning supply warehouses and purchase it there. So a lot of people started to be like, I ain't not tripping. I'm gonna go buy a whole case when I get off. You're tripping over 8 rolls of toilet paper, bro. I'm about to go buy 48 rolls of toilet paper, not even sweating it. Like it's all good. So island life is different, man. You have to be more patient and you have to plan what you want to do in advance.
Yeah.
If you don't have what you need for this thing you want to do, you better plan it out in advance because you're probably gonna have to order it and have it shipped in.
Okay.
And then once you get it, then you have to assemble it or fix it or do work with it, and then it works. Okay, now it works. All right, now next week we're going to do this thing. You know,
Nice.
just gotta be ready to roll what you got, man. Just roll what you got.
Yeah. It was. It's interesting because now my mindset is really on it. I'm pretty much fixated on sustainability and how we can uh, live without a lot of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
how do we live? How do we eat? How do we, use the water? How do we begin to like? So I bought a book on how to cultivate, your
Mm.
agriculture and how to
Mhm.
things and how
Mhm.
to build things and looking at other ways to build homes. And I found these things called earth ships,
Mm.
and they basically dig into the ground. So the majority of it is getting the excavator to dig up a large mass of a hole.
Yeah.
that's where your house, because your house will be in the ground,
Yeah, yeah.
and it will be the lining of it is the walls of it are tires and sand,
Yep,
with mixed with some concrete and with
yep,
glass
yep,
bottles and
yep.
aluminum cans.
Mm,
You'll make your walls, and that will bring in the light. The the glass will bring in the light and make it really pretty
yep,
as well.
yep.
But it's a lot of work. It takes about 6 months to build a home, from nothing to actual home that takes the rainwater, captures the rainwater, stores the water,
Yeah,
use for gray water,
mm,
and there's certain plants you get that
yeah.
recycle they
Gray water.
shit literally,
Mm, yeah.
and then they
Fertilizer.
fertilize it, and then they give out uh this they give out other water to these other plants, and it just keeps going, going, going,
Yeah,
and how you position your road and your land and stuff like that. So really learning about all these different things,
yeah,
and understanding, like, this is where we need to be.
yeah,
This is where we need to be,
yeah.
purchasing some
We
land and building these
yeah.
things. You know what I'm saying?
We're building a garden in our backyard. Actually, that's one of my on my to-do list for today is go out there and put some more steps in. I'm building steps down to the garden and getting ready to put a fence in the backyard too. So
Nice.
dad life, dad life.
That home life.
Yeah, man. We got the back of our yard is like flat for a while, and then it goes whoop, goes down a hill, and then it goes flat, and that's it. So we're gonna put a fence at that flat point, and then that hill part we're gonna terrace in some gardening.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I mean, what can you build on a slope?
Yeah.
Nothing. But can you plant on a slope that faces the sun all day? And Mother Nature does what she does, and
What do you guys
you
plan
know,
on putting back there?
bro, we already have sweet potatoes growing. We have tomatoes growing. We have Hawaiian chili peppers growing. We have some lemon trees growing. We have a tangerine tree. We have a bunch of aloe vera.
Nice.
Um, yeah, food, man, food. You remember we built a garden at my old house uh Peters over there. We had green beans and cantaloupes and tomatoes, all kind of stuff, man. So Angela's been on that same vibe for a long time. Let's grow a garden and grow some of our own food and taste it and see how good it is. It's better than store.
Right in the store.
It's better than store, man. Tastes better than Safeway or tastes better than wherever you get it from.
Huh.
Yeah,
Dude, that's where it's at right now, bro. That's where it's at. All right. So in
yeah,
this,
yeah,
you're gonna be stranded, right?
yeah,
Normally you would know that you're gonna be stranded, right?
yeah.
But for this example, and you can only bring 5 things, five
Ooh,
items, okay, just by yourself. You're just by yourself,
oh,
right? You can only bring 5 items, and it could snow, right? But it's not
mm,
necessarily like winter, okay?
mm,
But it potentially, we'll just say it's not gonna. There's no winter, right? There's no
okay,
snow right now, but you're in
okay.
the middle of nowhere. What are those?
All
And it will get cold at nighttime, very very cold,
right. Yeah.
probably 20 degrees cold.
Mm,
What are those 5 things you're bringing?
okay. There is a can can a tactical shovel count as one thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the tactical shovel will break off into like 12 different little tools and parts and fire starter and a compass and a fishing lure and a spear and a shovel and a knife and a blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Tactical shovel.
Tactical shovel.
I gotta have that straw thing that there's like a straw that has a filter in it that purifies any drinking water. So you can if you find water in the ground and you dig a hole deep enough, you just put that straw right in there and drink, and it'll suck all the impurities out. Well, you can drink the water; it holds all the impurities.
Okay.
That's two.
Two.
That's two. I gotta have. I gotta have. Um, what do I gotta have? I gotta have what's my rope that I always got? My cord, my paracord. I gotta have paracord.
Yeah.
I always like when I go camping or whatever, I always buy one of those like things of paracord. I don't know because it helps me build structures, hold stuff together, it helps everything.
Oh yeah.
Paracord. So I want a bundle of paracord. That's three. Um, if I'm in the middle of nowhere, dang bro, I gotta have some kind of uh, oh, I want a small mirror.
Okay.
I want a small mirror so I can if I can someone's flying over me, I can catch do the
Do a little attention. Hey, I'm over
little
here.
yeah, hey, I'm over here, and then and it uses a fire starter.
There
You
you go.
know,
Okay.
use a lot of stuff with a mirror.
Yeah.
Um, and then that's what four,
That's four. Yeah.
and then something to make some music with, man. Some kind of sound, something like a ukulele or something to like, because you're gonna have to take a break at some point in time, right? You're gonna have to like, it's gonna be work being stranded, but then once you're done being stranded, what are you gonna do? You know, I gotta have something. I gotta have some kind of sound. I gotta have some kind of something. So I'm gonna want some type of musical instrument. You know,
I'm thinking when you say either ukulele for sure, but then
yeah.
what little plucky things, those little things you can pluck. That's
On
what
the marin.
first thing that
Bling, 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 bling.
something that's like is like hardcore, but still can make
But
you.
harmonious, and has a nice little harmony to it. Dude, I was just looking at one of those things the other day. I think is it a karimba? Is
I don't know.
Could it be a karimba? If I could find my phone, I don't know. I think it's a karimba. If it's
Sure,
not,
we'll call it
whatever, sue me.
that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So what would I bring? I think like
Yeah, what'd you bring?
oh bro, I would bring a oh man, I'm going back and forth on a hammock. We just bought
Mm,
hammocks at like it gets really tiny.
yeah.
Um, I think I might bring that with and I wanted to have I would get one that has a sleeping bag in it that's
Mm.
like 20
Insulated.
it's
Insulated.
ready to go. So I'm off the ground. I'm
Mm,
warm. Um, somewhat safe, I guess.
mm,
I'd bring that. Yes, I would bring a shovel, tactical shovel, some sort of a wet fire starter, just in case it rains. Um, I would bring. I wouldn't bring a compass. No, I wouldn't bring a compass.
I'll give you an extra. Your tactical shovel will have a flint in it, and it'll also have a compass on it.
Okay. Well,
So you don't need to bring those extra things because your tactical shovel it covers like 12 things, bro.
no shovel real because I kind of now.
A tactical shovel? Hell yeah.
Okay, because I
Hell yeah.
but it's not a tactical shovel. It's
Go on Amazon, look up tactical shovel, bro. It'll blow your mind. We got one for Grace. She loves it. She takes it every time she goes hiking just in case. She's ready to like.
she's ready to go, Doug.
She knows that there's some lady that got bro, some freaking. Can we just go on this little tangent real quick?
Hey, go.
This lady, some lady out here, she would get she would get high on mushrooms and then walk out into the forest. I don't know if it made national news, but it was all over Hawaii about a year ago, maybe a year, maybe less. But she did everything she could to keep that out of the story. But she would just say, I would just listen to the spirits and they would tell me where to go. And I would just, bro, she would lock her keys in her phone in her car, pop a couple of mushrooms, and walk out into the forest high as hell and just experience nature. And no. She got lost.
She got lost. Oh, of course.
She got lost in an area where people normally don't get lost because it's not that hard to, you know. So she got lost out here in the woods for almost like I think a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And yeah, and it took like the search parties and search teams, they couldn't find her for a couple of weeks. And all of a sudden, just randomly passing over, this helicopter was doing a pass, and it through some trees and some bushes, it saw her. So great. You know, we're like the running joke. We just be teasing people about like, hey man, you know, be careful in these woods. You can get lost. You know, and then always the comment is like, yeah, as long as you're sober, you'll be fine. Like, what are you doing? So
Yeah.
my daughter Grace brings her tactical shovel, like just to be extra prepared. She's like super like
Yeah.
she's like this. She's like, they ain't getting me. She gets that from her mom.
Yeah.
I ain't getting lost. Not me. She'll be looking at the compass on the back of her shovel. Yeah, so north is yeah, so we just
This way.
yeah. I love it, man. She's such a leader. She's a quiet leader.
Yeah.
She just can't mess with her, man. She just knows like
Yeah.
yeah, she knows what she's doing. She has a quiet confidence to her.
That's cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have everything that we need. You know what I'm saying? We got it. We got our tactical shovels. We have our fire starter, our compass on one. Oh, you know what I would bring? Is I would bring some sort. Hopefully, I would bring like a book that has plants or flowers and stuff that I can eat. Yeah, I'd bring something like that, and
Survival guide or something like a wilderness survival guide thing. Yeah.
yeah, and then I would
Yeah.
bring some rope for sure. I'd bring some rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, either I go from rope or like shoes with spikes, so I can climb up.
Mm.
I don't know which one, because then I can maybe make my own rope.
Yeah.
So maybe some shoes with spikes, so I can climb up. I can like have a well
Interesting. Interesting.
climb up the tree and like get things.
Interesting. Or climb up the tree and put your hammock up there and have safe shelter because you don't know what kind of animals are
Exactly.
gonna come walking through at night. And I'm over here laying on the ground with my head on a rock.
You ain't got, you ain't got,
I didn't bring no sleep bag, dude.
you ain't got no blanket, no sleeping bag.
Dude,
You
that's how
a rope. You know.
I got a rope. I got my bundle of rope laying on me.
Snap.
So, hey man, that's how you can tell I've been on the island for a long time because we don't need like we sleep in a pair of shorts every night. Like you don't need a blanket on you. You don't need you know. If you live up the mountain though, it gets super cold up there. You need jackets and sweaters and blankets and all that stuff. But
So the higher you go up, the colder it is.
up the mountain, yeah, up the mountain, it's cold. It's like freezing cold. It snows up there when it gets cold enough.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
Shoot, yeah, dude, Haleakala is 10,000 feet above sea level, man. It's like it's hard to breathe up there. You're like in outer space.
Dang.
You're literally above the clouds when you're when you're up on the mountaintop and you're like up there, and it's like if it's cloudy day, you look down and it's like just white clouds. All you can see around there. All you can see is clouds, and then you look out in the horizon across the distance, and couple like maybe like 100 miles away is the peak of Mauna Kea
Wow.
of on another island. See what I'm saying? It's a trip, dude.
I
You
did.
look out there and you're like, is that clouds? What is that?
Yeah.
That's not clouds. It's because it just goes like that, right out of the cloud.
You're like, is that snow?
Yeah, that's Mauna Kea. Yeah, mountain. Mauna means mountain. Kea means like white or fair. So it's a snowy mountain. Kea is white. Is snow's white. Kea, Mauna Kea, white mountain.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're on the top of our mountain. We're looking out and we can see their mountain. They're both above the clouds.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So we're all moving to Hawaii. We're gonna bring the whole family.
Not everybody. No, not everybody. We only got enough room for a
Yeah.
couple more families now. Right now, a couple select families.
Yeah, not a lot of real estate going on.
No, actually, you know what? There is a lot of real estate. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
For the probably, you know what? Probably for like the how many viewers we got on 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 your streams? Maybe like 100. We got room for 100 families. Yeah,
100
we got
families.
room for 100. Yeah, we got runner bands. There's really one main family I'm trying to get out here secretly. I've been trying to like, come on,
Who was that?
come, come on, y'all, come on, come on. I don't know. It's one of my old friends, some old fool. I don't know. some old head, some old head.
The old hood. Oh man.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a trip, man. It's definitely it's time. I think it's really time. Just where we're headed right now, because I
yeah,
mean, we'll never be the same. Like we'll never,
no,
you know, people are moving out of the way. Like I'm used to it, honestly. Like people will move out of my way because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. But I'm sort of used to it because it's like being black depends
mm,
on who the person is that's
yeah,
crossing you. Will like
yeah,
if paying attention and they automatically see you, like you're like, whoa, and then they'll
yeah,
move out of the way or whatever. But now it's just like this whole like I let people know, hey, I'm smiling through my mask. If I'm wearing a mask, if I'm at a store or something that requires it, I'm smiling through my mask, and I still try to like make eye contact. People are like
yeah.
eye contact, and it's like you can't get COVID through your eyeball. Like you can't, you know.
oh, it got me. Oh.
Sorry, Doug. Like doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. But you have COVID and like you have lasers and it has COVID lasers and
I
you
can see the COVID in the air. It's in the air.
COVID is in the air, man. Oh my gosh.
I was talking to a guy on the phone, SBC.
SBC, look inside SBC.
Don't go in that store, why? It's SBC. Oh man, no, dude, like honestly, and you know what? I'll tell you something else that I like about Hawaii is that like people will fight. They got problems, they'll throw hands,
Yeah.
and it doesn't escalate
Huh.
because it's the old. It's like it's how I've always thought. Like the two guys are fighting, and you got to jump in to
Yeah.
to protect your homie, and now you're jumping the other guy. Like you're a bitch,
Yeah.
and your homie's a bitch. He should be able to fight on his own.
Yeah.
So that's like the law. Like you don't jump in, you let them fight, let them scrap, let them scrap, let them scrap. Two guys got problems, they scrap, it's over. There's not escalating. I'm not gonna go back to my house and get my gun. This guy's not gonna go call his cousin. It's not like they'll handle it old school. All right, let's go. Get him up. You know, and the verbiage is you like bang. Oh, you like bang. Oh, you like scrap. And I was, dude, and people box out here, man. Hawaiians have been boxers for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time, boxing has been in the culture. They dads that teach their sons, uncles that teach their nephews like how to scrap. Dude, they teach them how to fight. MMA is huge out here. Boxing's huge out here. Like, and Hawaiians are easygoing, chill, friendly people until you disrespect them. That's like what? You know,
What's up, bro? I actually got into MMA fighting on Saturday. I just joined on Saturday. Yeah.
check.
I know. That's what I said.
You getting ready, huh? You getting ready, huh?
I cried. My first session, I cried just of happiness, man.
Yeah.
Because it it was like, I'm 43 and I'm always thought like, well, can I do MMA? Can I start some sort of a martial art?
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
always afraid, afraid, afraid. And one day I was just like, nah, skip it. I'm gonna find a school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a school when we start opening up the gyms and stuff like that here. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
going and
Yeah.
start learning and start building myself up. And I did.
Yeah.
It was the most, dude. I was shaking after the end. I was literally like this because I was just adrenaline. And then
Yeah.
my first class, we learned kicks and this and that. Everything's kind of cool, and we're using pads. My
Yeah.
second class, dude, it got intense quick, bro.
Nice. Nice.
We're over here flipping people, dog. I'm like, and I didn't think I could do it. So when I did it, I just like yelled. I just like was so happy that I was just like, ah!
yes.
Because like the teacher guy,
Yeah.
the instructor, the sensei, he's like, you could be in this, and when you're in this building, when you're in
Yeah.
this class, I don't, do you can who's your superhero? Who do you want to be? who that was his thing. Everyone gets to pick a superhero, and everyone gets to pick a superhero name, whatever that is, and that's how he's like a kid, and he's like, I look like this. He's all tatted up, dude. This guy looks gnarly. He looks scary, you know.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa. And but dude, yeah, I started fighting MMA, and like, we're on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Dude, I tossed this dude like, dude, this guy was like maybe 5'11", and he weighs easily like 2 something. Like
Solid dude. A solid dude. Yeah, solid dude.
and we're going slow, so it's not like I'm actually like, oh, but we're going slow,
Right.
coaching me along, and just to flip somebody over doesn't take. He's like, dude, just sit down. If you just sit down and you just flip, flip this guy a few times.
It's technique. Once you learn the technique, you learn it doesn't take every ounce of strength that you have to hurl a human being. It's just leverage and the right technique and right place, right time. Whoop.
From a headlock. He had me in the headlock. And
Oh, and you got him and you flipped him. Oh, see, dog.
Yeah, bro. And I was just like, man, I think they think I'm like a pussy in that class because I'm sitting there crying and I'm like, oh, because it's just like, it's new to me. It's like, dude, I can do this.
And let me tell you something too.
I didn't get hurt. I didn't hurt him.
And you look at how we were raised in the Bay Area, man. Don't fight. Don't you dare fight. Don't you dare fight. Don't you dare. So we're programmed. We're programmed. So you're breaking programming and you're finding truth that like it's actually okay in the right way. It's okay to do that. We're taught so much. Don't be violent. Don't be violent. Don't do like that. Don't be that. Be passive. Be sheep. Be sheep. Be sheep. Be a sheep. You're a sheep. Be a sheep. And then you got to experience what it's like to be a lion. You're like, give me this food.
Oh, dude, I'm on like this high right now. It's
yeah.
Crazy, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm sweating. I'm like working.
Yeah.
Out. Like it's cool to have those brothers that like, and then my kids, dude, the kids got into it. Dude, Nene thinks she's a ninja. Just like, he slapped the guy. He's like, okay, now, palm it, and he did it super hard. He's like, okay, whoa, calm down. We're just, here. And Micaiah, he loves it because he's just like, I said we're gonna be training as a ninja, so he's all over it. Like he thinks he's a Ninja Turtle, so he's just so excited, and I'm just like,
I love it.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's cool. And then Zuri,
because dude, that's okay, man. It's okay. You're breaking that harness that's been on us, that it's not okay to be physical. Like, dog, we're guys. We got it. Like, it's in our nature to want to roughhouse and and if you're like you're raised by women, like I was raised by women, so it's always like, don't, well, we just want to get out there and just freaking throw something, man. Like it's good for us.
Yeah. Isaiah,
yeah, bro.
Micaiah hit. So Amaziah, he's a hitter. He's a fighter. He squared up, and he just like, if he doesn't like something, he'll just punch you. And he has this look about him that's just like, no, I want that. That's him. And Micaiah is not like that. But now Micaiah's like, wait a minute, bro, you're hitting me. I'm gonna hit you. And dude, hit him in the nose the other day. Like, yeah, but it's like, I go, okay, what happened, right?
Yeah.
And I always let them know, you talk first. Talk first.
Yep.
Then figure out the situation. If you have to fight, I'll let them wrestle. I'll let them. I just want to see what they're gonna do. Like, okay,
yeah,
what are they gonna do? Okay, cool.
It's good for them. You can't always suppress the boyness in them. You gotta let them get it out. Yeah,
dude. All right, I gotta go.
So all right.
this bad boy up. I know you got things to do.
Yep.
I tell you, man, like these things are good for me because also this is like that men's accountability, and like it keeps us accountable to continue to do these things and continue to do our projects. And
Yeah.
if there's anybody that's out there that's listening, like we want to, especially the men, for anybody, but specifically for the men, if you have questions or concerns, you can always reach out to us. We're going to be posting this on my YouTube, and then if Brandon, you want to, I can also send you these links, and if you want to put them on
Yeah.
your YouTube as well, we can
I
do
will.
um and then every 2 weeks or every week, wherever we're on, when we're on, we're doing it when we're doing it.
Hmm.
But we're just real people, man. We're not selling anything.
No.
I have nothing to sell you
Yeah.
for maybe some tips and tricks that we did that could help if you want to use it. Maybe it doesn't help. Maybe you're like, then this is not for you. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
is for you. That for if it works for you, then it's for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Let's
I got one question for you, though. I got one question for you.
do it.
What was your superhero that you chose?
So my spirit first, I did my spirit animal, which I was going back
Okay.
from a panther to a lion, but I think I identify with the lion, right? So the lion is
Okay.
the lion. When you look at a lion in your mind,
Yeah.
you secretly wish that you can hug him and like hang out with him and just wrestle with the lion without him killing you, right? And that's
Yeah.
a possibility, right? That's a possibility,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But then at the set, and he looks majestic and everything like that. If you dig deeper, you'll see all the scars and everything like that, and you'll see maybe he has a little limp to him or something. You know what I'm saying? So, but then on the flip side, the lion will, if you ever see a lion die, which is if you ever see a lion die, you'll cry. Like it is I've watched it on YouTube, and I probably shouldn't have watched it because I can't get
Oh.
the image out of my head.
Oh.
Basically, the lion, this one king, I forgot the name of this lion in Africa. He was old, and these new guys, these younger lions came along, and
Yep.
they killed him, but they did it in a way that was reverence. They knew
Mm.
it's over, dude. The guy, you know what I mean? Like if you're 90, 100 years old, come on, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a wrap for you, right?
Yeah.
And part of the nature, but it's sad to watch. And so
Right.
what they did was they would come around every 15 minutes, they would attack, and they would only attack for a little bit because they knew he couldn't keep up. So they would let him rest. Dude, I was bawling, bro. But
Whoa.
he rose up. When he rose up, because he's all shredded, and when he rose up to fight, he would just give everything. He would just and give it his all. But then when he was done, it was like, okay, dude, I don't have anything, and he was just like making all this crazy noises. So the lion is this like tender yet deadly
Yeah.
being, you know. So I picked the lion as my spirit animal. My superhero is much harder because I like Spider-Man just because of just his agility, right, and his ability to
Okay.
use his web. So I identify with Spider-Man a lot, even though I don't like spiders. But I'm beginning to actually love the way a spider works, because if you get a spider on its back, right, it's pretty much, it could be toast depending on what is attacking the spider.
Mm.
Because if the spider, like we learned this in martial arts, this is one of the first things we learned, is that if you get yourself on your back, you now have 4 limbs instead of 2 or 3. You have 4 now.
Yeah.
4. So so we learned
You
how to like
punk.
to kick with our feet and shift on our back and use our hands.
Yeah.
And the person may be using their fists, and then while they're using their fists, they're using a 3rd limb, but now you have 4 still.
Yeah.
You still have 4. And so you can ankle, you can use your trip and lock, and then now you just tie that
Got him.
up. You know what I'm saying? So my Spider-Man is like I didn't think of it like right then and there.
Yeah.
But as I started to do the class, I'm like,
Yeah.
because he even mentioned it in the class. He's like, a spider gets on its back, it can throw out a web. It's got its legs. It
Yeah, grab you.
still has things, and it can flip. It can. You don't know what it's gonna do. And so,
Right.
a lion for my spirit animal, and then my superhero is identified with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's cool.
That's how we end the show, baby.
How you do that? All right, love you. Peace.
Love you too, brother. All right.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Later.
Later.